Well, as happens so frequently, in the court of public opinion, when a celebrity dies, people's attention focuses on that almost immediately and naturally. And in the case of the death of the actress Mary Tyler Moore, it seems like nobody cares about what's going on in any other event. I'm here to let you know what's going on in Alaska today. First and foremost, if you may have heard about the Anchorage Assembly meeting this last week talking about the sales tax ordinance, they wanted to put a sales tax on everything in the borough. That, or actually the municipality, they call the Anchorage area. That failed, and they also rejected most of the ballot questions. There were 5, I believe, that were up for reading, and they discussed and debated, and only one got approved, and that's the one that's going to spread out the parks and recs instead of it being the service area just for the area. Basically, you pay for the park in your area. Now everybody gets to pay. Also, in Alaska, a lawmaker has proposed a gun violence bill. It's basically, Guarantar is proposing that a friend or family member or even a police officer could request that you get an evaluation and have your guns taken away if they suspect that your mental state is not right. Alaska has had a very strict enforcement of this idea that you cannot have your guns taken away unless you are proven to be a danger and if you have been proven to be mentally unstable. In other words, you have to go through the committing process. That would not be the case if this law is passed. The Fairbanks City Council has decided not to take the SAFER grant this year. It would have added 3 firefighters because it would require a matching grant, and they don't see the money there for the grant. Also, the healthcare sign-up deadline is coming up here at the end of the month. That's next week, basically. And we're reminded by Alaska health officials that it's still the law, even though the President has vowed to get rid of the health care law and rescind the Affordable Care Act. It is still the law that you must have the insurance or face the penalty. Governor Walker, meanwhile, has urged Congress, writing a letter to them saying, take your time, find a solution, because there's a lot of money tied to this, especially in terms of the Medicaid expansion that the governor approved over the objections of the legislature last year. The homeowners in Anchorage may actually see a drop in their property value over what they've seen in the last few years, which is good news if you look at your tax bill. Also, some really nasty conditions in SouthCentral right now because of all the snow that they've had. Now it's being followed by really warm temperatures up into the 40s. There could be some flooding in some of the areas. Also, the governor has introduced new workers' comp rules, this new legislation to reform workers' compensation in Alaska. Also, the state and the private owner in their final stretch right now on the slaughterhouse transfer. By the way, this downturn in energy production that has hit Alaska and our budget, well, it's not just hit us, it hit 5 other states as well. And the S&P hit a report this week. Also, you may have heard about the Trump EPA freeze. There are some that are concerned that it's going to affect Alaska because of all of the millions of dollars that we get from the federal government here. Also, the nixing of the Asia Trade Pact, the TPP, has actually disappointed some in the Alaska fishing industry who were hoping to get a break with some of the tariffs. And lastly, if you're taking a look at the blob, not the old movie from the 1950s, I mean that weather mass, that mass of warm ocean that's been hovering out there, just unexplained warmer area. It's been there for like the last 3 years and affected the weather patterns. It looks like it is now diminishing. However, they're saying it could foretell the future, that because of the warming temperatures, because of gases, and basically if it warms up, it's global warming, and if it cools down, it's global warming. That's what we've got for our Alaska News today. My commentary focuses on that legislation that's being introduced that would make it easier for people's guns to be taken away here in Alaska. If you like what I'm doing, send me an email and become a supporter. A couple of different ways you can do that, obviously through Patreon or through a direct subscription at my website, radiofreespeech.com, or by becoming an advertiser. And, of course, the advertising is brought to you today by Inland Petro Service, Inc. Remember, over there at Inland Petro Service, they've got what you need. If you're an Alaskan business, you know the importance of lighting and signage. From the installation of new signs to maintenance on existing signs, whether LED or neon, from canopies to parking lot lighting, or if you just need to have a banner installed, Inland Petro Service is the way to go. With over 25 years of experience in Fairbanks, they'll be able to help you with all of your needs. Give them a call at 451-1905 or visit their website at inlandpetroservice.com. That's what we've got for today. See you later.